We put the bang and bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. And take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the wave, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suck fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll go again here with Akers. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And some room to maneuver. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The shotgun snap for Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. First carry for James Conner. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Right back to Conner here on 1st. And down to the 41. The Cardinals at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes.
He rifles one that's intercepted. 20, 10. And the Rams are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
We're worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And the Rams will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Stafford on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Going right back to Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
To Jefferson on the slant. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Murray. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. $13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stafford on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford, escaping the pressure right. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Rams and Cardinals, they met 3 times a season ago. They each won in the other's building in the regular season. The Cardinals 37-20 in Week 4, and the Rams in Week 14 on Monday night would win it 30-23. And then, of course, they would also meet in the first ever Monday night wild card game, the final game of the first Super Wild Card weekend. And the Rams kicked off their title run with a 34-11 win at SoFi. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A final shot before half for Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Troy Hill picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
From the 30 on second down, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Golden. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A throw over the middle taken in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, trying to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And this will be swung out here for counter. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw is Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. Here's Michael Palardy now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Moore on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half. And now here's another interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go. But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Murray. To Connor on the check down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Murray to air it out again. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. And he's got room. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. A solid stiff arm. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. They're going to try and run. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. On the handoff, it's Akers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover.